Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Project. This is a psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, problems, and obstacles in my life, in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach the high goals and ambitions that we have set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you would like a brief introduction and brief summary as to how we break down the Ahn Project into domains of life, subseries, analogies, and so on and so forth, you can check that out on the previous live streams for the past 3.5 years straight to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions. With that being said, starting the second segment today as usual. There's a lot of commentary, storytelling, photography, nutrition, food, dietetics. Before that, of course, if you want a bridge introduction, like just skip it all, you could just fast forward by about a minute and a half on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, whatever. It will contain all the copyright, there's copyright-free music. How we divvy the stream into 11 segments, 3 phases across a 50-minute live stream. All that stuff's there. And the second thing I'd like to get to as well is that this is a solve 800 override. So system override. A rule to break all the rules, system principles to free myself from the system so that I can just be practical and get stuff done. So that being said, let's just dive right into it. Take a look on screen. What you see is what you get. Let's start with the collage. You have some photography of an outfit I have, sort of just normal, casual, moving towards regular civilian life, it feels like. We also have some chocolate ice cream bars and stuff like that I received from the workplace. So class 4 item that is like a gift. It was one of my colleagues' birthday. Down at the bottom, we have some stuff there that has to do with just logistics, boxes, and stuffing styrofoam that I've taken from the workplace so that I can. It's just basically garbage that they're not going to use, recyclables. And instead of throwing it away, I decided to take it and make use of it at my place again. So that's another. And then there's of course the audio recording, which if you take a look in the title, we're going to be speaking quite a bit about relationships and so on and so forth like that. Once again, interactions. This is going to be like the second last day before I resign. And there's a chance I might return, but it's not. It's very slim. And then we see at the very bottom, of course, we have some philosophy and even almost like a game thing that I noticed on Google. So we will talk about that as well. That being said, let's just dive into it. First thing I want to cover is obviously the audio recordings, and want to, of course, showcase the title itself. Let's turn to the screen for a second here. So when it comes to the title and the interactions we have with our colleagues. Sorry, there's something in my throat. There were several interactions between me and the colleagues at the workplace as well, coming back to Res. So first of all, with some of my colleagues like SV, SN at the workplace, who's kind of be like a godmotherly figure as well as godfatherly figure. I had a pretty good conversation with SV, and she's just worried about me. Do I have enough money to sustain myself? What am I going to do after this? With SN, it was more serious because I knew that it was profound to me that he was actually crying the previous day that I was gone. He would miss me that much, and I didn't realize, I could actually hurt him that badly just by being away. This is not something I experienced in my life. I was always shown hatred from my own blood, from my own direct biological father and mother, that they would threaten to abandon me, he would give me threats to strangle and break my skull in as he lunged at me with my face against the wall. So it's very different, and I was always confounded with that because obviously at the same time that he would lunge at me and stuff like that, all that kind of, I guess, almost abusive behavior, borderline, was also at the same time. Sometimes when in the public, they would show quite a bit of affection. They just buy stuff for me, get ice cream, and they would, try to have a happy time. It's just the mask kind of fell off when I came back from the public. And so it's just kind of, love is sort of entwined with hatred most of my life. But it's not the same way at the workplace. It's significantly better. I can't say that's perfect, obviously. There's no such thing as perfect. So it's very nice to actually, yesterday I kind of addressed that and said, do you actually want me to stay? And SN says, of course, I want you to stay. I'm incredibly sad to see you go. And we had a good discussion about the general conflicts in the workplace, and how how we both had to learn from those sorts of things, because we had very similar issues and very similar mistakes, even though we are separated by a generation. And so, there was a lot of understanding that. And he said he would advocate for me to stay no matter what other ladies say. And he says most of the ladies want me to stay too, with the exception of like one or two or something like that. And so that was that. And then on top of that, um, so again, there's a lot of privacy and confidentiality. That's why I'm not giving any names right here, right? And no major details. Another conversation that I had to reflect on is I suppose I made my way out early in the morning to JY, who is another amazing person, and I reached out and said that there's something serious I wanted to help me with here, and she was totally willing to listen to me, and said I need help because I have trust issues, and I went in on how it came out that way from the very beginning, maybe 3-4 years ago when I started the workplace, as well as nearing recently the past year, how that ties in with the domestic issues in my household, and how that's sort of resulted in our roles being sort of reversed, and now I'm the problem, who's has all the trust issues, as opposed to when I first joined, everyone else had the trust issues. I kind of just absorbed it all, and at the same time, I'm very happy. I have no regrets because I'm so proud of the team and the department, the ladies and SN and all of them there, because they know how to work as a team now. They know how to communicate now. It's not a me versus you mentality that I see anymore. It's now together, and I'm very happy about that. But now I'm the problem, and that's why I resigned. And so, I spoke to JY about this. Like, can you help me ask for help? Because one of the major trust issues, a symptom, is that you just end up doing everything. And she understood exactly how that was, how it came to be. And so I described this to her and I said, I'm going to be doing some lifting today. I'm going to try and ask you for help. And she was totally open to that. So I appreciated that. And so it was some rather serious conversations. And at the very end, there was also a new colleague who I've always been at odds ends with, because I have trust issues. Then that means I'm not open to other people. So then, at least anymore, before, when I first joined the company, and before that, obviously, I was very open. In fact, probably too open, now I realize. And so I actually reached out there and said, I have doubt, I have trust issues, but it's obviously not your issue here. It's my problem. And I want to say that, I'm going to be resigning. There's a good chance I won't be coming back. If there's anybody at your so-and-so places outside, who I'm not going to mention where, she can ask her friends if they have husbands who would like to find a job, they're having difficulty finding a job. This is a place right here. This role is kind of free. And she's wondering, she's a little worried. She's like, she's expressing, where are you going to go after that? And I kind of just said, I was interrupted, but I came back and said, listen, it's just better for the company. So that's that. And the last interaction that's covered in here, there's a lot of interactions. Yesterday, coming back from the workplace, the landlord at Res came up to me and she's smiling and everything. She's saying, oh, the garbage, the wheel just broke and whatnot. I didn't even realize. I realized I forgot to take out the trash yesterday, so I was kind of sad about that. I was like, oh shit. But then she's like, it's okay because the trash can was broken anyways. And then on top of that, she came up here and addressed some like squeakiness on the door. And there's a little bit of tension though between me and maternal guardian recently, because my landlord has sort of, after I dropped that hint about my domestic guardians being violent the first years, and that they were a danger to my safety, and that's why I don't trust them. I don't even bother eating their food anymore. My maternal guardian has kind of gone defensive, and so there's a little bit of that, but I have faith and confidence in being able to resolve this now. So, because that's like we worked through this so many times, it's just not an issue. So now we're about 9.5 minutes in. I only have 6 minutes left. That's a lot to cover. Take a look in the title. You take a look on the voice recordings. That's basically everything there. Okay, so let's move on to the actual equipment. Digital items. So that was segment 4 and 5. This is segment 6 then. Still Reflections. Wisdom tends to grow in proportion to one's awareness of their ignorance, by Anthony DeMello. I couldn't agree more, but it's not a universal principle, obviously. It tends to, but I would say that you can't be too self-deprecative. It doesn't help to constantly beat down on yourself all the time. So there's some moderacy that you have to govern here. Over here on the side, we have this kind of Google game, and when I started playing it, I didn't intend on playing it. It showed up on Google.com, so you guys can go. I'm pretty sure maybe it's updated now by today. It lasts only for 24 hours, right? But it was like a they're modeling after the Paralympics or Olympics in Tokyo, and it was amazing because this creation by apparently somebody who sent it in or whatever was like me playing retro Pokemon. Like think of Pokemon Crystal, because that's my era. I'm like a 90s baby. So Pokemon Crystal, um, you know, Pokemon Gold. It was just like it was so much. It was so nostalgic. And I just felt like bringing that up. So that's gaming. I never thought I was going to talk about gaming today. Now we're gonna kind of breeze through a bunch of photographs. So now we have a bunch of stuff I got from the workplace yesterday, once again, because this is stuff that's garbage, recyclable. This one's dirty. It's a compressed bandage. We also have here on the side some styrofoam papers, as well as a box, a crate. You can see here. I intend on possibly cutting them out and using this as a box to carry, like a contraption on my back for rollerblades. So that's that. Of course, the compressed bandage is going to be used as like some sort of wrapping device. But again, largely most of this stuff is just dirty recyclable stuff that they were going to throw away, and I decided I might as well use it if you're going to throw it away. So that's the box when it's closed. There's like 10 sheets of styrofoam white paper in there that also was going to go in the garbage, and I said why not just keep it. Then we have these ice cream bars, and I want to showcase these because they come from one of my colleagues at the workplace. It was apparently her birthday, KR, so I'm happy birthday to her. It was 2 days ago or something like that. She's gonna get a big gift once I resign tomorrow, so I'm not too concerned about that. It's gonna be a group gift. We also have this wrapper on the outside, and it's this peanut crunch. This peanut crumble, chocolate vanilla ice cream bar thing. And last but not least, as I said, kind of walking back into civilian life, I'm wearing less black. Have a spring jacket, kind of fall jacket, sorry. Inside is something from a volunteer. I used to have a volunteer patient safety week shirt that I helped out with an event, and we were fundraising for something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but because it was like a year and a half ago. But that's definitely something I've been trying to get back into regular attire. So that's that, and here's kind of the collage of everything. Just kind of showing appreciation for, I guess, like everything, I guess, the hospital, the volunteering gigs I had, experience. There's just experience, life experience. That's what you call life experience, as well as what do you call, yeah, just I don't know, everything. You can tell I'm not exactly in it right now. I even woke up late today. So that's everything, and we're gonna go to phase 3. Segment 8. I can't show too much in segment 8. Usually it's Excel database, but it kind of crashed. So let's go to phase 3, which is the most active part of the stream. And over here I can say that not much has changed. Here's the ground press bandage I was talking about. So it was dirty, right? It fell on the floor, so it's obviously contaminated. We also have, that's the whole reason why I was able to take it home anyways. We have some trash here. Someone move this over here, toss inside this box, take it to work. It's just on the way I'll toss it into the garbage can. We have this crate here, right, with the lid, and then all this kind of styrofoam packaging stuff, which I might use for like bedding. I don't know. What I intend on doing today as well, it's most likely I'm going to move all these mooncakes over to my workplace today, as well as, so this one region D4 will be emptied, as well as region I believe E1, E3 down here. So some of these supplements I'll move today as well to the workplace. So the health resources, gifts, as well as the kind of fun food entertainment gifts, I'm going to move it there to them. Kind of celebration of the tradition that we always have at the workplace until COVID-19 kind of put a stop to that. So with that being said, I think that's about everything. I'll continue this tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's the last day I can prepare gifts for them, and yeah, and try to show my gratitude for it. So this is the Ahn Rho Project. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Yeah.